Welcome to the last part of the news bulletin. The state has a crippling shortage of electricity. Many places have to face load shedding. Common consumers have to bear the brunt of this. But in Mumbai, Aishwarya Group has come up with a machine that saves electricity. 50% power saving is the claim made by this company.
The state is resorting to power shutdowns so that it can meet the electricity demands. But if everyone conserves electricity, it will help solve the power shortage problem. For this, Aishwarya Group has invented a machine. This machine, when connected to every electrical appliance in the house, can save about 50% of electricity, claims the director of Aishwarya Group.
What this does is gives you about 40 to 50% of savings. And we have made this not just for home use, but also products for industrial use, where they have to pay lakhs in electricity bills. In such places, if they use our company's power saver, then the labor payment they have, that labor payment, through this power saver machine, the labor payment is made.
This power saver machine is not known to many, and the way the government makes films tax-free, likewise, it should give incentives to install this machine in homes, is what Aishwarya Group's director Kirit Savla expects. To connect this power saver to household appliances, it costs about 2 to 3,000 rupees. But this is a one-time expense, and it can be recovered within an year, Mr. Savla informed. Bureau Report, Mumbai, Me Marathi.
That's the end of this news bulletin. Namaskar.
Namaskar. In Samwad's today's show, we are privileged to have as our guest a Marathi industrialist, Prashant Konduskar. Aishwarya Industries is the group of which he is the chairman, and through one of his companies, Medium, he, in Maharashtra, the kind of power shortage we have, as one solution to it, has invented a power saver machine. What exactly is a power saver machine and how can it give power savings, or can it really be done, is what Mr. Konduskar will tell us in Samvad. To begin with, power savings through one machine, is it really possible to do it?
Yes, it is. Actually, the options we have to save power, those options are not known to people.
What are those?
There are many options. One is common unit through Aishwarya Energy's medium, the products that we've made. One product is a common unit we've made, in which, like a simple example I can give you, that water pipeline in our homes, the water trickling out of it, it's a wastage. And similar thing is in this wiring too. And this thing, basically, electricity getting wasted, that wastage is our common unit can prevent. So the common unit works in three ways. Like you get in the market capacitors. Those capacitors plus power saver and stabilizer are three ways it works in. So 3-in-1 is the product we have made. And through this product, about 25% power saving is what you get.
By savings, you mean wastage is prevented?
Yes, wastage is prevented and wattage is reduced. If wattage is reduced, the question is solved. Your electricity bill is reduced. Yes, right.
But there are many other options for power savings.
There are many options. Another one is, to give an example, just a simple one, which the common man can understand. Tube light is known to all. So the tube light, you may be aware of this. If you ask people, how much wattage does it actually require? Then many people we surveyed in rural area, they have no knowledge of this.
Right.
So that tube light we have uses 36 watts. So in 1 hour, 36. Like in villages, what we call meter, like a circle around it goes. In 1 hour, 36 watts is how much it consumes. So 36 watt tube light it is, but there is a choke used in it. It is made out of copper warding. And the choke made of copper warding, that is, it eventually increases the wattage because it heats up. And a 36 watt tube light, then goes to 50, 60 watts. And if we buy those cheap chokes, why are they really cheap? Because they're of aluminum wadding. And because they're made of aluminum wadding, they eat 90 watts. So think we like.
And that keeps
Yes,
increasing.
that keeps increasing. As the choke starts heating up, its wattage keeps increasing. And people, when they go to the shop and they say, okay, my choke is gone, they buy that 50, 60 rupees choke that they find is made of aluminum wadding because it is cheaper basically. Because copper wadding is cheaper compared to aluminum wadding. So people prefer to buy that. And then what happens because of that is their bill day by day keeps going up. So here we try to save 50, 60 rupees and here our light bill just keeps going up.
And also power shortage keeps
Yes,
going
so
up.
because of it, power shortage increases. So people are not aware of this, that if we buy cheaper product, our light bill goes up. They're not aware of it. Now our company made this power saver using what is called electromagnetic theory. It has the capability to generate electricity.
Okay.
How is that? Now the tube light working on 36 watts or working on 40 watts, it eventually goes to 60 watts. That tube light, because of our power saver, works on 22 watts.
Okay.
So here is 22 watts versus 60 watts. So when more than half, about half of wattage is reduced, what is reduced? So bill is less than, and what is reduced? So electricity is also saved. As the number of watts the tube light uses
But the
becomes
CFL
less
option then.
CFL option is not right for tube lights. It is good for toilets, bathrooms, or smaller rooms, or passage. It's good for only that. Because finally, this should light convert into light. You have to get light. If you use, say, a CFL, and from that the light you need, the amount of light you need is not there, then it is useless. For one tube light, you have to use like 3 CFLs because CFL is of 20 watts, 20 watts. And this 20 watt of CFL, if you use 3 of them, that is 60 watt.
Right.
Its consumption is 60 watts. Then in that place, why don't you use your tube light, which is of 40 watts then? It is not of any use, right? In that place, if you use your power saver, then at 22 watts, your one tube light works at 22 watts. And the effect it has, the light you get, is just like 40 watt
But
tube
what
light.
is the exact technique used? If we say it is some technique at use, so throughout the day, power saver is used in the house. It's technique, the technology of the power saver. How does it work in the house? We take electricity. Every house has a meter, has electricity, and on which all appliances work. Each appliance has power usage capacity, like washing machine consumes more or geyser consumes more, is what we say. So we have done classification. So the power saver, while feeding electricity to those appliances, what role does it actually play? What is its technology?
I cannot give you that technology because it's a business secret. I cannot open it to you. In short, I can give you a simple example and explain. Like we have made these tube lights power saver, then spotlight, CFL, or your AC, fridge, deep freezer, or many such products. If you take geyser takes about 3000 watts. 3000 watt is geyser consumption. When it starts, it takes 3000 watts. Here we have manufactured a new product. That product, direct from 3000 watts, brings your geyser to about 1200 to 1300 watts. In reverse, it brings. So
We'll talk more on this, but before that, we'll take a break. Welcome to Samvad after the break. By using power saver, electricity can really be saved. Have you verified it yourself? I mean, does it really happen?
Yes. When we launch any product, before launching, we do testing on energy meter.
Okay.
We test them. Let me give an example of the tube light. We keep one tube light on for 8 hours. Say it has your ordinary choke. In 8 hours, then how many watts is it going to use? Then the power saver that we have, after we install that, in 8 hours, how many watts are used? We get the difference between the two. We then send it to some government labs for testing. We have got good reports from them too. Then they
Okay.
show about 50% power savings. Then likewise, all places, today we have thousands of distributors in the market, thousands of places we have installed the products. And these places where we install the products, in the next month, the customer is happy to immediately call our office. and say that because of power saver, our bill has come down so much.
But tell me, in all this
Yes.
context, making such a power
Yes.
saver, how did you come to it? I mean, in your work, why did you think
Yes.
of launching such a
Yes,
product?
yes, yes. You asked me a very good question. Many have asked this question. If I think as an industrialist, you may be aware industrialist has a math about what does market need or what is the requirement, what is the public requirement.
Okay.
If you see today, that requirement is adequate power.
Right.
So power shutdowns, entire nation is troubled by power shutdowns. So what is the alternative to power shutdowns? So I thought about it, and my family member, Dr. D.B. Gadkari, he's a scientist. I asked him, can we come up with a solution to this? Can you help me in this? He said to me, Prashant, we can make this product and I will help you with it. And with his help, Gadkari sir's help, I decided to make this product and Aishwarya Energy was born. And today I'm happy about it, that Aishwarya Energy that we launched. Through it, thousands are using these products, and all of them have called us to say that their bills come down each month.
But
Their wattage
people,
came down.
I mean, in homes and in industries, do we have to use different
Right.
products?
In homes, for residences, there are different products. And 3 HP for industrial motors, 3 HP more for commercial use. We have a new industrial motor. And if I have to give an example, I'll give you an example. From 3 HP to 1000 HP. So from 3 HP to 1000 HP, industrial motors, big sugar factories, your paper mills. So big factories where bill is in lakhs of rupees. After we install the products there, their workers' workers' payment, it has come out of the electricity savings. To give you an example of this, in Vapi, in November, we had a demonstration. With my technicians at the site, I gave a demonstration. At that time, their bill was 30 lakh rupees monthly bill. At that place for the demonstration, there was 60 HP motor. On that motor, we ran a 15-minute demo. In that 15-minute demo, in 15 minutes, the number of units, whatever the units were at first, it was 5 units. After installing our power saver, it came down to 4 units. If in 15 minutes they save 1 unit, in 1 hour they save 4 units. So in 24 hours the factory runs. When we calculated per day, about 102 units were saved. In a month, about 3,000 or so, about 37,000 or so units in 1 year they saved. So from one machine they saved about 2 lakh 3,000. That much money they saved. So electricity saved, 37,000 units of electricity saved, and converted to money, they saved 2 lakh 3,000 because of one motor they saved that.
But in this context, a different question
Yes.
is, in the market today, about inverter and such products,
Right.
there is awareness, there is knowledge in
Yes.
people. Like this power can be saved because of any product.
Right.
Like this power can be saved or electricity can be saved. Is there awareness about it?
Right.
And if it is not there, is there anything being done on that? Conserving electricity is essential and is the need of our time.
Right.
So I'm asking.
First, pardon me. You brought up the inverter issue, so I'm going there. I've no objection against any inverter company or anyone. When inverter gets started, it starts on battery. And due to load shedding, what happens? People, 5, 10,000, 10, 20,000 can get you a good inverter. People invest 15, 20,000 rupees. And in the battery store electricity and then use that. So basically, the power shutdown that is there's no meaning to it. Say Mumbai starts load shedding today. Then tomorrow, lakhs of homes will buy inverters. If you have 2-3 hours of load shedding, that much of storage is in the battery. And the backup of the battery, that will keep supplying electricity.
But is there a leakage there
Yes,
too?
there's leakage. And it adds to pollution, carbon dioxide. More the amount of battery you use, more the amount of carbon dioxide you generate.
Oh.
Actually, if you see people generating electricity today, it's got a history of over 160 years. Thomas Alva Edison, he created it 160 years ago. The irony of it is, it has a history of over 160 years, but till today, in our country or even countries like USA, there has been no significant progress. when generating electricity, 1000 watt. When 1000 watt of electricity is generated, that is 1 unit. 1000 watt means. At that time, 967 it is, 967 grams of carbon dioxide is produced.
We'll talk more on this after the break. Welcome to Samvad after the break. We were talking about carbon
Right.
dioxide
Carbon
generation.
dioxide is produced. So when generating 1 unit of electricity, 967 grams of carbon dioxide is produced and 34 gram nitrogen oxide is produced.
Okay.
And because of this, the effects that it has our lives, we all know that. But people do not think about it. Whatever electricity we have today, we stop there. And if we keep rather managing it well, and then also use it very smartly, then we don't need to generate electricity. And I know if we use the power saver manufactured by our company, we will save about 50 to 60% of electricity we'll get. And if we save this much of electricity, then the places we have load shedding, in rural places with load shedding, in those places we can supply this electricity. So Maharashtra and the entire country can come out of clutches of
But a
load
totally
shedding.
different point is there is solar energy or there is unconventional forms of energies or these kinds of alternate energy sources.
Right.
Using them, is it not possible to face this issue or overcome it?
Yes.
What is the problem with it?
It is possible. The option of solar is a very good option. But from my study of it, there's one thing that came to my observation that the solar products we have, they're very costly. If the government pays attention to it, the various taxes on it, or the raw materials and the taxes they have, or how can we make the raw materials more affordable? If it finds a solution to this, then there's a very good solar product option. And if people use our product, then the wattage is reduced to half. Say in a household, your home has load of 1000 watts, to give an example, 1000 watts of load in your home. Now, if we use our power saver, then it goes directly to 400 to 500 watts converted. Because of which the package cost, this wattage based package cost in solar. What is your lot? What is your load? That is multiplied and package cost is arrived at. And that package cost is so high that common people cannot afford it. In some places, big schools, colleges, we gave proposals on solar that you use our power savers and also use solar. They said, give us your power saver, but we can't afford solar. Because in case of solar package, the costs are so high that they really cannot afford it. And its payback period is long
What
too.
do you mean? An example?
What payback period is, whatever is the investment, it takes over 10 years to get returns on that. So let us say then, for example, we implement a solar project in a school, say at a cost of, say, 10 lakh rupees. Expenses. Then to get that back, to recover that money through bills, it takes 10 years. Then in that place, if you use our power saver, you recover money in that in 1 year. Then the electricity that you save, through those savings in 1 year, the customer gets his money back. So what people say is, it is good to have power saver but not solar. But why we need solar is, because of our power saver, their wattage is reduced to half and their package cost is also reduced to half. So their expense based on their wattage usage was going to be 10 lakh rupees. If we reduce the wattage by 50%, then it comes down to 5 lakh rupees. So it is such an advantage with power saver that because the package cost goes down, the solar also can be used. But still, even after the reduced package cost, the government needs to pay attention to this and reduce the cost even further. Then it is a golden path. Solar concept and wind energy are good options, and I have plans to working in those areas. I was to launch yet another product.
What?
The electricity powered bike. In automobiles, bikes running on electricity, there are one or two such in the market today. While working on this product, I thought we're so short of electricity where...
So you charge it and
you
ride
charge
it,
it,
like...
When I went to my village, it's near Kolhapur. When I went there, I saw in a place where we never had load shedding. There is 12 hours, 8 hours of load shedding. So if I launch that bike in the market today, how are you going to use it? Because you cannot put fuel in it and electricity is so scarce. So how are you going to run the bike? So I took that concept and the forward and I'm converting it into solar. So this bike will be such that after its launch, when you buy it, then till its wheel breaks off, you'll keep on using it whether it is cloudy or whether it is a rainy season, whatever it is, the solar panel will store energy and your bike keeps running.
So when is it
It
coming?
will come, say, in 2-3 months. This is also a good concept. And I was going to launch the electrical one about 4 months ago when I realized this is not the right thing. And then I abandoned it and then thought of converting it into solar now then. Yeah.
Last question now.
Yeah.
This power shutdown issue in Maharashtra, you're looking at
Right.
it from a different angle.
Right.
From your angle, your point of view, how long would it take to get out of it? I mean,
Only-
apart from being an industrialist working
Yes.
in that area,
Yes, sir.
you're also its victim,
I can
right?
say only one thing. Unless there's a social awareness, it is not possible. Because when we visit rural areas, we see that people, to get more light, use 100 watt bulbs. This bulb today, 160 years ago, I think 150 years ago, the factory that Edison started, bulb making factory, the same thing is going on today. So after 150 years today, the factory started then, the kind of bulbs he produced, the rural people use those 100 watt bulbs today.
You came here today, you have developed a unique product. How? You did not tell us, and naturally so, but you told us about it. And for that, on behalf of all ETV viewers, I appreciate your coming here.
Thank you.
How did you find our program? Do send us letters, emails. For that, please note our address. Don't forget to watch Samvad every morning at 8 only on ETV. Namaskar.